Okay, so we are getting started with one of the most important commands that you're going to have to deal with when you deal with Kafka. So first, you want to make sure that Zookeeper is started and Kafka is started, but you already have that from the previous section. And so the first command we're going to learn about today is Kafka topics, because as I said, when you start in Kafka, you start by topics. So if you type Kafka topics, and maybe for you it's .sh, maybe for you it's .bat, for me it's just Kafka topics, and you press enter, you get the entire documentation of this function. And so it says create, delete, or describe, or change the topic. And you get all these options. You get alter, config, create, delete, describe, etc., etc. I mean, there is a lot of things that is happening, okay? And all these options can be overwhelming at first. So we'll go ahead and I'm going to show you the most important things to do to get started with. So the first thing we want to do is Kafka topics, and we need to reference Zookeeper. So minus Zookeeper. And the reason we need to reference Zookeeper is that to create a topic, we have to point to Zookeeper. So Zookeeper runs on everyone's machine on localhost 127.0.0.1. 2181, port 2181. So this is where Zookeeper is, okay? So Zookeeper right here, if you remember, it was binding to port 2181. Okay. So now that we have this, we want to do a create, okay? So we want to name a topic. So we'll say, okay, topic is going to be first topic. So you can give it whatever name you want, okay? So we have Kafka topics, Zookeeper, and then the name of the topic. And then we want to create it. So we'll do minus create. Now, if we press enter, this will not work. You still get the documentation. And when you get the documentation, that means something was wrong. And so as you can see, it says missing required argument partitions. And so this is the first extremely important thing, is that until the command is succeeding, we're going to get some errors. And I am going to make us go through a lot of errors because they will happen in your real day job and you have to work through these errors. So first of all, this warning, you can safely dismiss, okay? It just says, oh, you have an underscore in your topic, but this is fine. And so it says missing required arguments partition. Yes, indeed. When we create a topic, we have to say how many partitions we want when we learn this in the theory section. So I'm going to revise the statement and I'll say partitions. And for example, for this topic, we're going to want 3 partitions, okay? So now we should be okay, right? So we press enter and we see the documentation again. So something went wrong. We scroll back up and it says missing required argument replication factor. So that's right as well. When we create a topic, as I said, we have to specify the number of partitions, but also the number of replication factor. So what if we try to say replication factor and we put 2, right? It sounds like a good idea. We kind of want a replicated topic, as I said. We want topics to be replicated. So I press enter and we get an error. It says error while executing topic command. The replication factor 2 is larger than the number of available brokers 1. So here is something that is in Kafka. In Kafka, you cannot create a topic with a replication factor greater than the number of brokers you have. And because we have started only 1 broker in our cluster, we cannot have a replication factor of 2. Now, later on in the indexes, we'll see how to start a cluster, and then we can create topics with a higher replication factor. But for now, we have to use a replication factor of 1 to create that topic. Now we press enter. And now the topic is created. Okay, first topic is created. So how do we know that our topic has been created? Well, the first thing we may want to do is, again, run this Kafka topics command. So Kafka topics, we reference Zookeeper 2181, and then we're going to do a list. So minus list asks Kafka to list all the topics that are existing. So if we do minus list, we just get one thing back, which is first topic. So that's very handy. If we go to create more topics, and you can do this as an exercise, then the list will return 2 topics. Okay. So now if we want to learn more about that topic, right? We want to know how many partitions there is. We want to know where they're assigned, etc., etc. So we do minus topic, first topic, and then minus describe. And this option to describe a topic is going to give us a lot of good information. So let's have a look. Now this option gives us a whole table back. And we can see that the topic name is first topic, that there's 3 partitions, 1 replication factor, and it has no additional configurations. Now, under each line is going to be a description of each partition. So the topic is first topic, the partition is 0, and leader 0 means that broker ID 0 is the leader for this partition. So how do we know it's broker ID 0? Well, if we go, for example, in the log, it says broker 0, broker 0, broker 0. And we get this from the configuration, okay? So that means that our broker ID 0 is the leader. Replicas is the list of all the replicas. So we have a replication factor of 1. So there's going to be only one thing here, and it's 0. So again, broker ID 0. And ISR is also going to be broker ID 0. So when we create a topic with a higher replication factor and so on, we'll get different results here, okay? But this is just to get started. This is just to get going. So now we can create topic, list topic, we can describe a topic. We can also delete the topic. So I'm going to create a new topic. So I'll do second topic, okay? And I'm going to create it. So I need partitions. I'll create 6 partitions and then a replication factor, which is going to be 1. And this worked. And now if I do a list, I should get first topic and second topic, okay? And now what I want to do is delete the topic. So I do Kafka topics minus zookeeper 127.0.0.1 to 181. The topic is named second topic and minus deletes. And this is going to mark a topic for deletion. So it doesn't actually delete the topic right away. It says topic, second topic is marked for deletion. And it says this will have no impact, so it won't get deleted if the setting delete topic enable is not set to true. Now, if we do a list, we can see that the topic has disappeared. It has been deleted. So it actually is that this delete topic enable is set to true by default. Okay, so here we go. We have created topics, list topics, describe topics, and deleted topics, which is most of the things you'll do with this command Kafka topics. We'll see configuration later on in this course, but so far this is going to be the most important command. So try to practice with the creation and describing, etc., etc. This will come very handy in the future. Okay, so that's it for topics, and I will see you in the next lecture.